These run-ins with the law left us scratching our heads. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 weirdest celebrity arrests.
Randy Travis is at least wearing a t-shirt in this mugshot.
For this list, we'll be ranking the most high-profile arrests of prominent celebrities, which contain circumstances that were particularly bizarre. If you don't see a notable entry on this list, then please check out our first list of the top 10 celebrity arrests. In the meantime, these awkward encounters between celebrities and the authorities are still quite fresh in our memory, whether they be humorous, ugly, or, just plain weird.
And as police were escorting him out, he allegedly cursed at the officer and resorted to a classic Hollywood cliche, screaming, "Do you know my life? Do you know who the F I am? Do you know who I am?"
Number 10, Rip Torn.
Actor Rip Torn is due in court today after a bizarre incident. He's charged with burglary and possession of a firearm after allegedly breaking into a bank.
Emmy Award-winning actor Rip Torn probably didn't need any money when he drunkenly broke into a Connecticut bank in 2010, but this didn't stop him from doing so with a loaded revolver, despite the bank being closed at the time.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Torn was arrested and faced a number of charges, including criminal trespassing, burglary, and weapons charges for the gun. This wasn't the first time that the Men in Black actor found himself in a foul with the law either, as Torn has previously been arrested a number of times for driving under the influence.
I'm going to send you all to jail.
The alleged break-in marks his fourth arrest in 6 years.
Number 9, DMX.
Everything needs to be in perspective. See, what happened was...
Oh boy.
When you're one of the most recognizable faces of the late 90s and early 2000s gangster rap, it's probably not a good idea to try impersonating someone else, especially if that someone else happens to be a federal agent.
I am an FBI agent!
This is exactly what happened to DMX back in 2004, when the musician, born Earl Simmons, was arrested for a fracas at JFK Airport in New York.
First we gonna rock, then we gonna fall, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya, X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya.
DMX reportedly busted through a parking lot gate with his tricked out SUV and accosted another man who had cut him off, all while stating that he was an FBI agent. Simmons was also brought up on additional drug and weapons charges for the incident, thanks to the crack cocaine and billy club that arresting officers found in his car.
Now usually if I'm in a rush, and I'm in that truck, I'll hit the lights and, throw the siren or whatever, and they get out the way.
Right.
But he was just totally disrespecting my authority. Not that I really had the authority.
Number 8, Jason London. Sitting in the back of a squad car isn't exactly the sort of situation anyone wants to find him or herself in. But Dazed and Confused actor Jason London found out firsthand what this felt like back in 2013 when he was arrested in Scottsdale, Arizona after a bar fight. London had a number of cuts and bruises on his face and was accused by arresting officers as being verbally combative.
No, I think they're just afraid some of us might be having too good a time.
This paled in comparison to London's behavior once he was placed in the officer's car, however. According to the police report, the actor purposefully defecated in the back seat, which, in case you didn't know, means he pooped on purpose.
Poop pants.
Poo pants?
Poop my pants.
You pooped your pants?
Poop my pants.
Oh. Nurse, Mr. Stewart has apparently pooped his pants.
Again?
London later denied these reports on Twitter, stating the truth will win. Number 7, Paul Reubens. When comedian and actor Fred Willard was arrested in 2012 for lewd conduct while in an adult movie theater, many were surprised to hear that such places even still existed. The situation wasn't so uncommon back in 1991 though, when Pee-wee's Playhouse creator Paul Reubens was arrested for similar behavior.
Come on, Dottie, let's go.
Let's go, don't you want to see the rest of the movie?
I don't have to see it, Dottie. I lived it.
Reubens was caught masturbating in Sarasota's South Trail Cinema to a triple feature of porn films, a misdemeanor offense that nonetheless resulted in canceling the syndication of the comedian's popular children's show amidst a public outcry against Reubens' perceived moral indecency.
What were you thinking? Well, obviously I wasn't thinking. I certainly wasn't thinking to myself, you're a children's show host, your show is still on television. I wasn't making those kind of lists.
Reubens would take the arrest in stride, however, even appearing on the MTV Music Video Awards that same year to rapturous applause.
Heard any good jokes lately?
Number 6, Shia LaBeouf.
Anyway, we get to intermission, and a person tells me there's another party outside. And I'm thinking, oh, well, okay. And I see 6 cops having their own party.
The life and career of actor Shia LaBeouf has endured a number of ups and downs, with these 2 separate arrests on our list definitely serving as memories LaBeouf might want to forget. The actor was respectful to arresting officers in 2007 when he refused to leave a Chicago Walgreens after reportedly being heavily intoxicated. Fast forward 7 years later, and LaBeouf was considerably less interested in cooperating with police after being forced to leave a Studio 54 performance of Cabaret. The actor was accused of disrupting the show by smoking and verbally harassing the performers on stage, leaving some attendees wondering whether or not LaBeouf's bizarre behavior was some sort of elaborate act.
I was thinking he was working on a role because it was that extreme. Yeah, it was, yeah. If we swaying and stumbling. If we didn't know who he was, we would assume he was a bum.
Number 5, Randy Travis.
Are you kidding me? No, sir. Not gonna kid you.
It isn't all that uncommon for celebrity mugshots to make the gossip column rounds after a particularly embarrassing incident. It's another story when the tale behind country legends Randy Travis's mugshot is the result of the singer being arrested after a DUI in a naked and aggressive state.
Would you say I told you so? Oh, I told you so.
Travis was verbally and physically combative against arresting officers when he was brought in under drunk driving, felony retaliation, and obstruction charges in 2012 after crashing his car in Sanger, Texas. Travis reportedly refused to take a sobriety test at the scene and threatened to kill the officers as they were placing him in their squad car.
At some point after they made contact with him, he threatened to kill 2 of the troopers.
Number 4, Ozzy Osbourne.
Heroes of the Alamo. Wait, is there a picture? I think I see a picture of you taking a piss right there.
It's one of rock and roll's most infamous stories of public drunkenness, the time that heavy metal icon and ex-Black Sabbath frontman Ozzy Osbourne urinated on the Texas landmark known as the Alamo while on tour back in 1982. The truth is that Osbourne actually didn't pee on the Alamo itself, but on the Alamo Cenotaph, a monument located near the mission where almost 200 Texans died in its defense in 1836 during the Texas Revolution.
Well, I can't remember. I was very inebriated.
The city of San Antonio subsequently banned Osbourne, a ruling that stood for over 10 years, until the singer's charitable donation of $10,000 to an Alamo maintenance and management organization lifted the ban.
I thought, well, I need to take a pee. This is an old wall, so I go against it. It was the Alamo. So all of a sudden, this guy comes around the corner with his cup and he goes, "Hey, there's an asshole that pissed up the Alamo."
Number 3, Robert Downey Jr.
And what do you say to your other nickname, the Merchant of Death?
That's not bad.
Given actor Robert Downey Jr.'s current status as one of the highest paid and in-demand actors in Hollywood, it's almost easy to forget how, once upon a time, he was close to almost losing it all. Indeed, a crippling drug addiction was taking its toll on the Ironman star's personal and professional life back in the mid-90s, proof of which can be seen with this 1996 arrest. Downey was hot on the heels of a drug possession charge earlier that year, when he was arrested for trespassing after the actor snuck into a neighbor's home and passed out. Downey has since cleaned up his act, with this arrest being just an embarrassing memory in his past.
I mean, can't you tell when I'm telling the truth?
Number 2, Edward Furlong.
Oh my God! Jimmy, stop! Oh my God! I love you, Jimmy.
Some of the weird arrests on this list have featured celebrities behaving rather badly, but this is one incident whose motives may have been notable, if more than slightly bizarre. It was in 2004 when Terminator 2 star Edward Furlong was arrested while on location in Kentucky and filming the movie Jimmy and Judy.
This is my life and I want to document it. And me filming you, Judy, happens to be the only reason I managed to get out of bed every morning.
The actor was described as mumbling and unsteady when he and some friends walked into a grocery store shortly after 11 p.m. and began pulling live lobsters out of their tanks. Furlong, a vegetarian, had previously been involved with the PETA organization, but it was unclear at the time whether or not his intent was to actually place the lobsters back in the ocean.
I was at Disneyland!
Anaheim? Was it like a...
What?
What ride did you go to on Disneyland?
It was called Jail.
Number 1, Matthew McConaughey.
Babaloo, Babaloo! Hey, Cole, throw me another, now throw me 2 more beers!
We've all been there, right? You're having a party, and the music might be getting a little too loud. You fail to notice, but the neighbors do, and they call the local police about the noise. Nothing out of the ordinary, right? Sure, except when it comes to the case of actor Matthew McConaughey, who was arrested in Austin, Texas back in 1999 on marijuana possession and resisting transportation after loud music was reported at his home. McConaughey also happened to be found naked and playing the bongos by the officers who were visiting the scene, who then booked the actor on charges. The drug charges were eventually dropped after supporting facts were found to be insufficient. McConaughey paid his bond as well as a $50 noise fine before being released.
All right. Oh, Christ. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Cool. You heard about the party being busted, right?
Do you agree with our list? Which celebrity arrest did you find particularly strange and surreal?
They were looking for child pornography.
And they believe they found it among the boxes of magazines and photos seized from Reubens' private collection of what he calls vintage erotica.
For more fun top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
The bank's president reportedly told police he believes Torn wasn't trying to hurt anyone or steal anything, but that he needs help with alcohol.